Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Checking in on CMG VRX, GoPro, and Twitter on the daily and the weekly time frame. So after we consolidated on CMG, and we did see a bearish day on Friday in the sense that we broke the inside bar from Thursday to the downside, saw a little uptick in bear volume and closed near the low. We saw a little bit further downside to start today, and then a complete 180 turnaround, and the bulls showed up in very strong force. We saw that 5-minute bull action again where we were barely even touching the 20-period 5-minute moving average support on the way up. The bulls were in full control. So we don't have many resistances here in the short term. We're looking at 456.89 and then our triple top just under 460. And you can see the uptick in volume certainly favoring the bulls. So zooming out now that the bulls have showed up, ideally I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a heads up. We didn't really get a heads up that the bulls were ready to show up. I would have liked to have seen a nice little lower wick candlestick with the bulls buying the dip, showing that they're getting ready for some follow through, but that didn't happen. Can't be too picky here. Any bulls still in the trade certainly benefiting today and holding those exponential moving average supports and seeing a very strong follow-through. So the weekly time frame is currently negating the bearish reversal inverted hammer from last week, and if we can close this week above 452.86, we will keep that upper Bollinger Band as support and remain in breakout mode, and that would be very, very strong heading into next week. We have already reversed this trend on the weekly time frame. We now have higher lows and higher highs, breaking all kinds of resistance levels. So the bulls maintaining strong. Our new support is 440.540. And if we break that level without getting higher highs, we know that the bears are going to take further control in the short term. But if we do get higher highs here before the end of the week, bulls have a lot of momentum heading into next week. VRX, bulls seeing a little bit of follow through to the upside, breaking the lower high pattern and closing near the high of the day. We have a little double top at 989 and 988 on Thursday and here on Monday. So we're just looking for short-term upside, certainly not anticipating a change in trend or anything like that. We're cooling off the daily RSI from oversold levels, and I'm looking up at $10 psychological resistance, and then this middle Bollinger Band, which rejected the last bounce attempt, that's going to be dropping down in the mid-$10 range and approaching the low $10 range over the next couple of days. As long as that middle Bollinger Band stays resistance, we will see the bears in control, and we will be scouting bearish entry opportunities once the bulls tire themselves to the upside and we see some indication of upper wicks or bearish reversal candlestick. But as of right now, the bulls do have momentum in the short term. The weekly time frame is trying to form a bullish reversal candlestick. We have not seen any follow through from a bullish reversal candlestick in the past couple of months. So the exponential resistances continue to drive the price to the downside. And just like the daily time frame, the weekly middle Bollinger Band is rejecting the price as well. GoPro on the daily time frame also saw a strong close. We had been seeing upper wicks of bears knocking the price down and bulls unwilling to hold overnight, but we did see a strong close here at the end of today. So resistance is 875 and then 885. If the bulls can break 885, they will prove they are still in control of this bounce, and we will see further upside. If, however, we cannot break those levels and we lose the daily middle Bollinger Band, losing that daily middle Bollinger Band is the signal I'm going to be looking for a potential bearish entry. And we could see a potential bearish reversal head and shoulders pattern still play out with the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, but we would have to reject here and see a pullback from this level. So tomorrow's a pretty important day. The bulls do have momentum, and if they can get a break, that just means back off bears. The bulls do have control, 885, and the 50-day moving average resistance will be right at 885 tomorrow as well. Weekly time frame inside bar last week, currently still very tight here with an inside bar this week, battling weekly exponential resistances. No follow through to the upside as of this point. It's up to the bulls to prove their strength, and they're going to try tomorrow. And last we've got, this is the wrong ticker, meant to type in Twitter. So Twitter has been extremely weak on the daily and the weekly time frame. We do have a bullish reversal candlestick now after hitting yet another lower low of 1420. Same scenario where we're going to look for the bulls to see some short-term upside, and we will be scouting an entry at this middle Bollinger Band resistance, which rejected the last bounce attempt. That is at 1486 and dropping. Pretty similar scenario to VRX. We had a bounce attempt and an all-out dump. Twitter had a bounce attempt and an all-out dump. So the bears are in control overall. The bulls are looking for some short-term upside, and the weekly time frame has been rejecting from exponential resistance for months. Same scenario as VRX. So Twitter and VRX very similar, looking for short-term upside. Let the bulls cool off the weak RSI levels and look for a bearish entry opportunity, potentially at middle Bollinger Band daily resistance. I appreciate you watching. We will check back in throughout the week. Shortened trading week this week. See you tomorrow.